What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video.
I rep the West to the death, but my life is better. I've shed blood, shed tears, man, I stormed bad weather. I caught an L at 19, that's a cold ass letter. But now I'm back in the world and trying to make it better forever. They counted me out at a young age, but now I'm living proof. I'm in this booth, I'm spitting truth, you see me on the tube. The Dub Show, homies bounce and roll. The Dub Show.
Today is gonna be a video that I guess has been a long time coming, right? So recently, I decided to start clapping back at these content creators that want to make myself. I'm just gonna keep it to myself. These content creators that want to make me their content, right? And what I got caught up in was ego. Like, how dare they, right? And I really, really am one of those people that believe in energy, right? And for the longest time, I've always been keep the negative energy away from me. And recently, lately, I dabbled in it. I got knee deep in it, right? And I've been seeing the comments. There's a lot of people who have been saying like, "Hey man, what is this? Like I don't want to see this drama." And I get it, because you know what? I get so much more love than hate. So why am I wasting my time and my energy on the smaller group? There's an old saying, there's an old aphorism. Never explain. Your friends don't need it, and your enemies won't believe you anyways. Those who hate on me, it doesn't matter what I do. Doesn't matter what I say. Their mind's made up. So why give them energy? For that, I'm wrong. I know better. I also thought back to, these dudes want to call it a YouTube yarda. To me, the vast majority of people that call this a yarda were never on a prison yard. And if we were on a prison yard, they wouldn't say these things. But if we want to play the hypothetical, it would have been behind doors that people, from an ad say that, you can't get to them. So they talk. I would have never acknowledged them, ever. So why do it now? So to all of the loyal subscribers, to all the people that love the channel and like the content that I put out, my apologies to you. I know better, and I need to do better, right? And I'm putting all the moderators on my channel on notice right now. Tonight, Gunner and I are going to go live. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to have some good time, some good music. If anyone comes in to the chat talking about any other channel said something about my channel or Gunner's channel, whack them. They can go to the other channels and say that Gunner and I are talking about them and lie to them. But we don't want to give them the energy. They could make 1,000 profiles, and then they're going to realize they're just going to get blocked. They're going to get ignored. We're going to bring back positivity to this platform and to our platforms and our lives. Now, is there a possibility I could slip or Gunner could slip? We're human beings. But we're going to really focus on getting back to what we do. It's funny how when I do see the haters, it's always the same haters on every channel saying the same thing. The one that cracks me up the most, and I want to address it here, is Dubs would have been cool if he would have just kept it real. What does that mean? There's another one that says Dubs tries to act like he's still active. What does that mean? What do those two things mean? How do you act active and how do you act not active? I conduct myself in a way based upon the life that I lived. Who I am on camera is who I am off camera. There is no faking. Unlike a lot of the people that like to make those comments and they say, oh, Dubs is trying to get back in good. No, I'm not. Prison does not matter to me. And when people say Dubs lied, what have I ever lied about? It's the weirdest thing ever that people have really festered hate in their heart and minds towards me, but they can't tell you where I lied. They can't point to any single video out of hundreds of videos that I put out and say he lied about being this or he lied about being that. You can't do that. You know, for the longest time, I've always said that prison shit is irrelevant. We're on the streets. Those people trying to push prison politics on the streets, the vast majority of them were never in prison. And if they were, they weren't politicking in prison. I'll say wouldn't waste their time. They'd be right back there. Because if you're really politicking in there and you get blessed to get a date and then you get out here, your obligations are back in there. So you'll wind up back in there. You will never wind up on YouTube comment sections just banging your heart away. Doesn't make sense. So I know these things. And I do want to get back to putting out good content that you guys want to watch. I have heard you guys when you say, hey, leave the comadre shit, or hey. So whoever wants to talk about me and Gunner, hey, have at it, Holmes. Have at it. Enjoy yourself. Hopefully it helps your channel. But Gunner and I, we need to get back to what we do best. And people can say whatever they want to say, and all I'm going to tell everyone that sees this video is this. Ask for receipts. When people say something about Dubs, tell them to put up the receipts. When they say something about Gunner, tell them to put up the receipts. Hold them accountable. If they're saying stuff that they can't prove, I don't care what it is. Why support it? They only say it if you support it. How about we issue a challenge, eh? How about we issue a challenge right now to all those that like to talk about Gunner and I? How about the next 30 days, you don't talk about me or Gunner, and we don't talk about you. And let's see how successful we can be as content creators, coming up with our own content, doing our own things, doing our own lives. And then maybe people will start seeing better returns as well, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Those of us that were in prison, those of us that went to prison for being very violent in society, those of us that when we went to prison were very violent in that society, when YouTube hears us bickering, advertisers don't want to have nothing to do with us. So you guys, like I said, you guys have your way. Have at it, man. YouTube for me has always been a release for me. It's been a form of therapy for me. I have a great time on YouTube. 99% of the time. The only time I don't is when I choose to get into the negative waters. I choose to take up the negative energy myself. I'm 51 years old. I don't owe that to anybody. I've lived a life full of lessons. It took me a long time to learn those lessons. And my platform, this channel, The reaction channel is to clown on. But this channel, I try to share those lessons. Not preach. Just give you a glimpse into stuff. And if you learn the lesson, cool. If you need a little bit longer, the video will be up. And there'll be another one tomorrow. That's what makes me happy. So, I'm not going to take up your guys' time. I'm going to keep this short. And once again, for those who felt let down by Gunner and I because we jumped into them waters, we are the only ones to blame. And I apologize. For those that want to continue shooting, get yours. By the way, I almost forgot. I was going to make a video on it. And instead of making a video, I'm going to add it here. Cali Legends Media. Cali Legends Media has made videos kind of slamming me. In the past, he was respectful. I don't know what his channel is, but I believe he's older than me. And I've held my tongue because of that. I do try to respect my elders. I do know a lot of dudes from Maravilla. I've never had a bad experience. There's only one dude from Maravilla that I never liked. That's a whole different story. But the other day, I want to tip my hat to Lucky. Steve. I don't know which one he prefers, so I'm going to say both, right? I don't know. I have to tip my hat to him because he did a video and he said he's gotten heat for not going in on Gunner and I, you know, but he said Dubs really did live that life. Dubs really was involved in stuff. Dubs really was around stuff. Dubs really was around some very important people from every faction. And Dubs does not talk about it for monetary gain. I respect that. Thank you for noticing that. I have dealt personally with many legends from various factions. There's a particular legend right now that he and I did something on a yard together, got shot at together. There's a lot of personal interactions and conversations that I've had with legends. Things I've done for them. It's nobody's fucking business. Nobody at all. You know how much money I could make from that? And that's the reason why when I say, you know, these other channels that talk about things they don't know about, and why I sometimes get frustrated by it is because sometimes they're talking about things I personally know about. And I hear it and I'm like, or in most cases, they talk about people that not only do I know them personally, but I might have done things, a lot of things with or for. So that's something I'm never going to do. And people could say all the stuff they want to say. But again, when you put a jacket on me, show the receipts. Nobody can ever be forced to talk about somebody else. That's something you guys don't understand. So go ahead and say whatever you want, but put the receipts out, guys. And again, thank you. Shout out to Cali Legends Media. And thank you to everyone that's still around supporting us. Hopefully you guys will be in the live tonight. I don't know what time we're going to go. Gunner's got to take care of a few things. But you guys know it's usually between 7 and 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific. We go live. The homie, Lali, sent me a very, very expensive bottle of tequila. I will be cracking it today on the live. I will be drinking palomas. And everybody's invited, man. Come and have a great time. We're going to have good music and some good vibes, man. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.